Hi, it's Deborah. It is November 12th, 2019, and I just want to do a follow-up to the last video that I made. Um, the last video, we covered a few things, and someone else actually pointed a few things out, and I want to go into that. So anyway, from the Wayback Machine, the Internet Archive, if you go to February 8th, 2006, search for enigmatv.com on the Wayback Machine. You will see this. You'll see this blue pill and red pill thing. This is what the Enigma channel looked like in 2006. And Everard was advertising something called the Solstice Earth Mysteries Camp. And then it says, click here for info. And then it has a quote. It's like Bohemian Grove for nice people. That's a complete oxymoron, but whatever. Okay. Then if you click on that, it takes you here, which was archived on February 5th of 2006. And this is the Enigma Channel presents the Solstice Earth Mysteries Camp 2006. And having 2 degrees in art myself, fine art and design, there's a million different ways that you can visually communicate the sun, okay? The solstice is what, the longest day of the year? Most hours of sunlight? Well, there's a million different ways that you can visually communicate the sun. He chooses to communicate the sun with this little spiral symbol right here. Interesting, okay. I think everyone's more than aware of what that symbolizes. Anyway, I don't think we have to go into that. I think you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, the Solstice Earth Mysteries Camp 2006, Cap d'Agde, south of France, Monday the 19th through Friday the 23rd of June 2006. And then he has the quote again, it's like Bohemian Grove for nice people. Modern Shaman magazine. First of all, that magazine doesn't exist. The quote doesn't exist. It's a fake testimonial. Okay? It's another one of his snake oil salesman tactics. Then he has all of these invited guest speakers include, meaning that they're invited. They're not necessarily going to show up. So he's got Anthony Hilder, Colin Andrews, Jaime Maussan, himself, Alex Jones via satellite. Give me a break. And then he has a bunch of other people listed here. I doubt any of these people probably showed up to this thing. Then he has more than 20 separate film screenings will take place during the camp, including the world premiere of The Antichrist Conspiracy featuring David Icke. Okay, then he has the world premiere screening June 19th, 2006, The Illuminati 2, The Antichrist Conspiracy, a new 2-hour film featuring David Icke, Chris Everard, Alex Jones, followed by a 1-hour Q&A with the director. An exclusive sneak preview screening of the much-anticipated sequel. Oh, also this quote right here, shocking, highly informative, and excellent film, The American Journal. That's a fake quote. That's a fake thing. It doesn't exist. Another snake oil salesman tactic. And you can find this out very easily just throwing that into a search engine, throw it into Google. It doesn't exist. Okay? So he made that up. An exclusive sneak peek preview screening of the much-anticipated sequel to Secret Space. Secret Space Volume 2 featuring David Icke, Jaime Maussan, Chris Everard. Another little spiral symbol here. How many of those have we seen so far? Let's count them. Well, we'll count them at the end. Anyway, buy tickets, purchase here, limited ticket sales available only here. No PayPal account? No problem. PayPal have recently changed their system. You no longer need a PayPal account or to join PayPal to pay using PayPal. Save £50 early bird discount. Note, buy now to qualify for the early bird discount and save £50 off the price. This discount ticket price period ends April 1st, April Fool's Day. Yeah, how convenient. When the ticket will return to the normal price of £289 per person. Click the buy now button, blah, 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 and then the PayPal buttons, this and that. Then he has this stock photo of Cap d'Agde, south of France. Nearest airport Béziers. UK flights also terminate at Nimes, Montpellier, and 2.5 hours away, Toulouse international return flights typically cost £55. Then another little spiral symbol here. He loves those. Keep in mind, this is back in 2006. He's using a spiral symbol. Then he says schedule. Each day has the same schedule. Morning, 10 a.m., Qigong or Tai Chi workshop, 11 a.m., morning lecture. Afternoon, 1 p.m., lunchtime film presentation. 4 p.m., afternoon film presentation. Evening, 7 p.m., evening lecture. 9 p.m., buffet barbecue with music and lights. 10 p.m., fireside chat with guest speaker. 11 p.m., skywatch. Solstice, anti-New World Order, banishing ritual. Banishing ritual. At 2:46 a.m., June 21st, 2006, presided over by renegade filmmaker, the director of The Illuminati, Chris Everard, a special solstice magical ritual will take place in the forest, banishing evil spirits from planet Earth and invoking compassion to thwart the New World Order. A special solstice reading will be presented with messages of hope and optimism from some of the world's leading shaman philosophers and activists. That sounds creepy as fuck, okay? Because his little ritual at the pyramid in Egypt involved getting everyone to drink out of the same glass of Cavonia, which is like a cough syrup, and then spitting it on the Giza Plateau. And that was his ritual. That's what people paid to come there for. So he's just creepy as ugh, he's just gross. Okay. And then he's got this Vitruvian Man stock photo image right here that he just nicked off the internet somewhere. And then another spiral symbol. And he has cost, 239 pounds, GBP, 345 euros, 355 US dollar per person. All tickets must be paid in advance. Children 16 or under attend free. See notes below. At this point, would you want your kids 16 and under to attend anything to do with this thing? But he's interested in getting children to his property, okay? Then he goes on to say, cost includes access to all all film screenings. He's going to be screening something called the Antichrist Conspiracy, okay? And if you've ever seen that, it's a bunch of scary stuff. Why would you want your children to see something like that when he himself goes on to say that it might not be suitable for children? It makes no sense unless you know the backstory on Chris Everard. Okay, so let's go on. Cost includes access to all film screenings, lectures, workshops, food/tea mornings and evenings. Cost includes parking permit. See notes below. Parking permits. It's just on his shit vineyard in the south of France. And then he has note, after April 1st, the price will change to £289 a person. And then he's got the little spiral thing again, then ticket info, and then a gigantic spiral thing again. He loves those. And then he goes on to say, all tickets must be pre-ordered using our online ordering system. Your ticket will be given to you on arrival. You must print out your PayPal receipt and keep it safe. We do not accept on-the-day bookings. No ticket equals no admission. All PayPal receipts will be checked upon arrival with your ID. Then you will be given a ticket to enter the site. These tickets must be made available for inspection when entering/leaving our private campsite. Please bring some form of photo ID, such as a passport or a driver's license. Then another little spiral symbol here. Then the location. And he shows you where it is, Cap d'Agde. And then a little star thing here. Nearest airport equals Béziers. Other airports nearby, Montpellier, Nimes, Carcassonne, Toulouse International. Then he goes on to say in the smaller text right here, the camp takes place in our private forest. No let me repeat that. I can't read today. Anyway, I'll put this link in the video description so you can like read this for yourself too if you want to. He says the camp takes place in our private forest. No unauthorized members of the public are allowed. You are welcome to wander across our fields. Which that's interesting because when I was on his vineyard, he didn't allow anyone to walk anywhere on it. He actually said it was forbidden, that you couldn't take photos and you couldn't walk anywhere on his property. But here he's saying, you are welcome to wander across our fields and enjoy the sunshine amongst pines, palms, and fruit trees. There is soft ground parking for cars and caravans. The campsite is located 1 mile inland from the beach resorts near Cap d'Agde in the south of France. There are many boutiques, restaurants, shops, supermarkets, fun fairs, amusement parks, splash worlds, and nudist beaches within 2 miles of our campsite. So he's actually inviting people to this, inviting children, like telling people to bring their children, and then he has nudist beaches listed. Then he goes on to say, the medieval city of Toulouse and the mysterious Rennes-le-Château are 3 hours by car. There are several nature reserves nearby and an African wildlife park near Sigion. I don't know how to pronounce that. Our private forest covers more than 2 hectares and is nestled amongst vineyards. Bring a hammock. And then he has another little spiral symbol right there. Then he has all these little flight plans from different places. Then he goes into the nearest airports again. And then he says, cheapo airlines like Ryanair fly to these airports. If you book early, some crazy cheap flights are available. And then he has these screen grabs here. And then he says, EasyJet do great deals to Toulouse. Toulouse is 2.5 hours from Agde. You must get to Agde train station to be picked up from 18th of June. Then he goes on to say right down here, your admission ticket does not include return flight, but does give you a camping pitch of approximately 4 meters by 4 meters and a parking permit for the entire event on our private forest land. Note, most budget airlines have a baggage limit of 25 kilos or less. The campsite is 5 hours by car from Barcelona, 7.5 from Paris, 14 hours from London. We recommend you search the internet for Ryanair and EasyJet. Then another little spiral symbol. Train station pickups. From 18th June at 10 a.m., 1 p.m., 6 p.m., a courtesy vehicle shall visit the train stations of Agde and Vies. Wait outside the station, and he has that in all caps, exclamation point. Local taxis are available at Agde train station. Just tell the driver you want to be taken to the solstice camp, in quotation marks. When you have bought your ticket, we will give you a phone number to ring in an emergency if you have any problems. There will also be a courtesy vehicle available on a first-come, first-served basis the morning after the event to take people to the local train station. And then another little spiral symbol. Then looks like a stock photo with a little child in it. And then he says, hot Indian chai tea will be available all day. A large quantity of croissants and breads will be delivered freely every morning on a first-come, first-served basis. In the evening, you are invited to a buffet/barbecue dinner round a large campfire. We try to cater for vegetarian, Atkins, and other diets. Meat eaters will enjoy the wild boar and forest-raised chicken. We do not provide lunch. What are they going to do? Go shoot a wild boar on his property? And then he goes on to say, 1/2 mile walk from our forest is a shop selling great French pastries. We encourage everyone to visit the local supermarkets and try the cheeses and wines of the region. There are many great places in the local area to have a picnic. Then another little spiral symbol. And then he writes, wine. Our private forest camp is situated amongst some of the most famous vineyards in France. We shall supply a reasonable quantity of free wine each evening. Campers are, keep in mind, there's kids there. If he's inviting kids, children, and he's supplying free wine each evening. Campers are encouraged to visit the many vineyards nearby who sell direct from their cellars. No hard alcohol shall be allowed on site. That's interesting, since Everard always has cognac or Armagnac available, and he pretty much pushes it on people. Then another little spiral, and then music. The atmosphere of our forest camp is very tranquil. We often invite harpists, dulcimer players, and guitarists from the local area to come and play during the nightly buffet/barbecues. There is no loud music, no annoying drums. And then another spiral symbol, and then film. Throughout the day, documentaries and films will be screened. This year we have a remarkable selection of films, including the world premiere screening of Chris Everard's epic sequel to the Illuminati, which is called The Antichrist Conspiracy. That is not appropriate for kids. And he's inviting kids. Then he goes on to say, other films being screened this year featured Dom Bed-Griffiths, I don't even know how to pronounce his name, Alex Jones, the Dalai Lama, David Icke, Jaime Maussan, Bert Jansen, all these other people, about UFOs, crop circles, paranormal, secret societies, aliens, Buddhism, meditation, magic, symbolism, radionics, free energy, and mind control. Then another little spiral. Skywatches, hosted by Chris Everard and Chris Martin. Each night, a skywatch will be organized by British UFO author Chris Martin. We recommend you bring a warm coat and a pair of binoculars to get the best out of the skywatches. Another little spiral. Accommodation and parking. This is a camp out, so you need to bring sleeping bag, tent, or caravan, or mobile home. Ground sheet, torch, and sensible waterproof walking/hiking shoes. A lightweight waterproof anorak is always recommended. Caravans and motorhomes are welcome, but please no double-deckers or full-size coaches, as the land can sometimes be boggy in the forest. Yeah, because his vineyard was on a floodplain. Another little spiral. Off-site hotels and B&B. Don't want to camp? No problem. If you do a Google search for Cap d'Agde, Vias, Valros Plage, you will find private villas, apartments, hotels, chamber hotels, and B&Bs for all kinds of budgets nearby. Many hotels are just a cheap taxi ride from our forest camp. Another little spiral. And then right here, children and pets. All children, this is what he writes, all children 16 or under can attend for free, as long as they are accompanied by at least one paying adult. However, some of the subjects in the film screened may not be entirely suitable for youngsters. Parental guidance is recommended. Please bring a first aid kit with you if you are bringing your children. No dogs or other pets are allowed. Sorry. There are no baby changing facilities on site. And he has this photo of this very young girl on a beach right here. But then he's saying that the films aren't suitable for youngsters, but that kids are invited. Weird? Weird? Yeah. It's not weird if you know the backstory about Everard. Well, no, it is weird. But if you know the backstory about Everard and you know what he really is, then you see what's going on here. So then he has these spirals. Another one, internet and mobiles. Mobile phone reception can sometimes be poor near the coast in France. There is an internet cafe 1 mile from the campsite. There is a telephone landline on site in case of emergencies. There is no payphone and no central contact number. So if, let's say, if you're unfortunate enough to have been at this camp and someone needed to get a hold of you and you don't have mobile phone reception, because he's saying it's kind of poor near the coast in France, then there's no central contact number. So no one could get a hold of you when you're at this camp, possibly with children. Okay? Then another little spiral. Facilities. There will be portable toilets and also showers. Also an electric power point for charging mobile phones free of charge. Don't forget to bring a continental power socket adapter. France uses the same voltage as UK, but only has the 2 round pins. There will be a tea hut and a first aid hut with a full-time campsite nurse. Doubtful. All, oh my God, he's such a fraud. The car park is private and there will be a parking steward. Another little spiral. Liabilities. You, your belongings, and children are your responsibility. Anyone who would bring a child around Chris Everard, I call him out on child abuse, personally. There is no way anyone should bring a child around Chris Everard. Then he goes on to say, all visitors, campers attend at their own risk. We recommend you buy your own holiday medical insurance. It's cheap. British people should fill out an E111 before they depart, available from any British post office. All vehicles are parked at owner's risk. I wonder if that's what he told the guy that left the Audi there. Anyway, the organizers take no responsibility for any materials or objects inside vehicles, including caravans and mobile homes. And then another spiral, acts of God and refunds. In the event of flooding, hurricanes, or other acts of God, the organizers will attempt to find alternative venues for the film screenings and talks. However, all tickets are sold on a no refund basis. They are not transferable or changeable. This is an outdoor event at the mercy of the weather gods. The weather gods. We accept no liability for loss or damage to persons or objects due to freak summer downpours. Hey, that's part of the fun of camping. And then another spiral. Site access. No tickets are available on the day. All tickets must be purchased in advance through our online booking system. Only ticket holders will be permitted entry. If you lose your ticket, you lose your right of entry. The organizers reserve the right to refuse entry or eject anyone they desire, even if the person in question has a paid ticket. The campsite shall be open for vehicular access and early arrivers from midday Sunday, June 18th June. The campsite will be closed Saturday, 24th June at midday. There are commercial public campsites nearby if you want to extend your holiday. Then another little spiral. Declaration. The list of speakers' guests is liable to change. Yeah, because he knows that they won't be there. So he's already putting that out there, like they're not going to be there. We reserve the right to change any of the above speakers. Yeah, because they won't be there. Facilities and arrangements without prior warning, because he knows he's not going to keep up on those things that he said up top. So he's going to say that he changed them at any time, that he reserves the right to change any of these things. So in other words, what he's listed up there that he's selling you is not going to be what you get when you get there. So then he has copyright, the Enigma Channel 2006. Another little spiral. Buy tickets, pay here. Limited ticket sales available only here. Does that work? Does that link work? No. No PayPal account, no problem. PayPal have recently changed their system. You no longer need a PayPal account to join PayPal to pay using PayPal. Save £50, early bird discount. Note, buy now to qualify for the early bird discount and save £50 off the price. This discount ticket price period ends April 1st. Didn't he already go over this? I don't know. And then all this stuff. And then at the bottom, the Enigma Channel presents the Solstice Earth Mysteries Camp 2006, Cap d'Agde, south of France. His place wasn't even in Cap d'Agde, but he's advertising Cap d'Agde because it's a known place for nudists and swingers. Okay, and then he writes, it's like Bohemian Grove for nice people, once again with that fake testimonial, snake oil salesman. And then at the bottom, he says, a week of forest camping near the Mediterranean Sea with lectures, workshops, intimate fireside talks, and sky watches, discovering and discussing the mysterious nature of the universe, secret societies, the paranormal, and consciousness. None of those things, kids shouldn't be around any of that. None of this. This is insane. A friend of mine wrote me this, and he said that this is a slightly different subject here, but he said that he found out some info about the law regarding selling CDs or DVDs and items which get lost in the post, which Everard has said has happened often, because that's always what he's saying, that someone paid for a DVD and then he tells them it got lost in the post. So he can scam the money off of those people. So here's what the law says. So Everard says that, oh, your DVD just got lost in the post. You paid for it. Sorry, it just got lost. And then the law says, and this is a quote from a website, it says, I ordered a CD which never arrived. When I contacted the trader, he said it was the fault of the Postal Service, not him. Is he right? No. The trader, that would be Everard, is responsible for the delivery of your purchase. It is the trader's responsibility to contact the delivery service and prove that the item was delivered. If they cannot prove this, the trader will either have to send you an identical item or give you a refund. Those are the laws. So everyone who ordered even the smallest thing, even if it was just one DVD from Christopher Everard, if you didn't receive it, you need to report him to your credit card company, PayPal, your bank, however you paid. You need to report him because he is breaking the law. And that's just with something as small as a DVD. Okay? We've gone over how he's broken the law with a lot of different things. Then my friend says this about this solstice page, okay? This solstice page, and just out of curiosity, let's just count. Count how many times he used this spiral. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 24 times he used that spiral symbol. And he has a photo of a young child right there, and I'm not going to leave that up. Okay. This is what my friend wrote about this solstice page that was archived on the Wayback Machine Internet Archive, February 5th, 2006. You can find it there. Just search enigmatv.com on the Wayback Machine. Go to February 5th, 2006. For that solstice page, this is my friend talking. For that solstice page, he posts that children under 16 get in free and also posts that spiral logo large next to that. And the spiral logo is the main big logo for the solstice camp. He promotes Cap Dag, a naturist place with sex-swapping clubs and saunas for swingers at night, even though his solstice camp is nowhere near Cap Dag. He posts a photo of a little girl on a beach as if he expects people to arrive with small children for his conspiracy solstice camp. He posts that some of the subjects and films shown are not suitable for children. He posts that the guests promoted on that page, he has the right to change the lineup of speakers, meaning that none of them have actually been booked up and agreed to speak, another fraud on his part to lure gullible people to the camp. He posts photos of a forest for the camping, and the forest is nowhere near Vias or Cap Dag that he shows in the photos. There are no forests near Cap Dag or Vias. The forest is clearly inland, probably Olanzak or similar region. I don't know anyone who would want to encourage people to bring children to some conspiracy 5-day camp. Most would post that they only accept people over 18 for such type of trip. He really pushed the boat out on this one, and he clearly wanted people to bring children. There is no forest near his dead vineyard. Some trees around, but that does not make a forest. And then he says, one sinister thing on that solstice camp page, he writes, there is a telephone landline on site in case of emergencies. There is no payphone and no central contact number. No central contact number. And then he was saying that, he goes on to say that he has screenshots and everything. So, yeah. Anyway, he's trying to get people to bring their children to something that's going to be airing the Antichrist conspiracy. Children under 16 years old. He wants them on his vineyard. He's luring people in with all of these big names up here. Fake testimonials. Little spiral symbols all over the place. Luring people in. Yeah. If you know what Christopher Everard is, and you've watched my other videos, this will send up huge red flags with you. And this is back in 2006. So I was actually contacted by someone who said that they saw Christopher Everard with child porn in his possession on VHS tapes prior to the year 2005. Okay? In my last video, Everard admits that pornography was found on his websites, on his own websites. He admits that there was porn on his own websites, probably because someone else found it and he had to somehow, brush it off somehow. I don't know. But Everard himself was admitting that there was pornography on his own website back in 2006, early 2007. And in 2010, I found child pornography on Christopher Everard's computers that was time-stamped as being placed there in 2005. So do the timeline on this. You don't even have to read into this. It's just blatant. Okay? So anyway, number one thing, if you are aware of any criminal activity by Christopher Everard, you need to report him to your local police, Interpol, FBI. You need to report him. If he has conned you out of any money, even if it's something as small as a DVD, if it's big money, you need to report him to your local police. If it's something like a DVD, you need to report him to your bank or your credit card or PayPal or whatever payment type of payment gateway was used. You need to report him. Also, another thing, if you are friends with Christopher Everard on any social media, you need to make all of your photos of your family, especially children, private. Do not let him see photos of your children or your friends' children or whatever. If you have photos of children on your Facebook page, you need to make them private. And that's just a cautious thing anyway. That's just good common sense. Make them private. If you are, honestly, if still at this point you're even remaining friends with him on social media, you kind of need to make everything private. Make everything private. If you have shared your email with him, you need to change it. If you have shared your credit card number with him, if you've bought anything from him, you need to change it. If he knows your address, if he sent you anything, which he doesn't really send much out, but if you've given him your address to try and receive, like let's say a DVD, and you never received it, you need to report him to the police. But you need to block any personal information about yourself from getting to Christopher Everard, because he will use your address, he will use your personal information. He sets up fake PayPal accounts. He uses people's personal information. Okay, you need to change your credit card number, you need to change your email, you need to block him from seeing any photos. If you want to remain friends with him, that's your choice. I don't tell anyone what to do. I'm just telling you how to protect yourself. And don't share any personal information with that guy. He will use it and set up accounts, and it's very devious and it's very criminal. So just be very cautious, all right? And if you know of any criminal behavior from Chris Everard, if you've experienced anything, you need to report him. This can't just, you can't just brush it off. You have to report him, okay? So anyway, stay safe out there, stay safe on the internet, and stay away from these criminals and deviants like Christopher Everard. And you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye bye.